Hello everyone, I want to thank you for tuning into the online grad church service of 2020. I know this isn't the grad year that any of us expected, but I'm so thankful for the staff at Medicine Hat High School who have helped to make this grad year memorable for us. I also want to thank you, the grads, and your families for tuning into these online events. Without you guys, there would be no grad year to celebrate, so congratulations and God bless.
I was buried beneath my shame. Who could carry that kind of weight? It was my tomb till I met you. I was breathing but not alive. All my failures I tried to hide. It was my tomb till I met you. You called my name and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness into your glorious day. You called my name and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness into your glorious day. Now your mercy has saved my soul. Now your freedom is all that I know. The old made new, Jesus, when I met you. You called my name and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness into your glorious day. You called my name and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness into your glorious day. I needed rescue, my sin was heavy, but chains break at the weight of your glory. I needed shelter, I was an orphan. Now you call me a citizen of heaven. When I was broken, you were my healing. Now your love is the air that I'm breathing. I have a future, my eyes are open, 'cause when you call my name, I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness into your glorious day. a breath, you breathed your life in me. You have been so, so kind to me. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, and leaves the 99. I couldn't earn it, I don't deserve it, still you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Yeah. When I was your fool, still your love fought for me. You have been so, so good to me. When I felt no worth, you paid it all for me. You have been so, so kind to me. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, and leaves the 99. I couldn't earn it, I don't deserve it, still you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, and leaves the 99. I couldn't earn it, I don't deserve it, still you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God.
Well, greetings, Medicine Hat High School graduates, parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles, and other family and friends that have joined us today to celebrate this major milestone. This has been a big week for you grads. Hopefully you've been able to enjoy it. and that it feels like a celebration, because it should. This is a major milestone in your life. Everyone remembers their high school graduation. And anytime you do something for 12 years and come to the end of it, that's a pretty big deal. And grads, I got to tell you, you look great, I'm assuming, because I can't see you. So I thought I'd do some calculations and find out just how long have you been in school. So from grades 1 to 12, you have spent a total of 2,160 days in school, or 14,040 hours. You've maybe heard before, but they say it takes 10,000 hours to become a master at something. But you've been in school for over 14,000 hours, so have you become a master student? Maybe some of you more so than others. Grads, have you ever wondered, while you're going through this COVID learning at home, when you watch your teacher giving their lesson video, you thought to yourself, I wonder if my teacher's wearing pants today? Well, I thought I would get that out of the way with right away. This is a church service, so you can only assume I'm wearing pants. Well, like I said, this is a milestone day, and graduation reminds me a lot of when I graduated. I graduated from the class of 2003 at Hat High, and let me show you here. Quick little picture. Yep, that's me when I was your age. And every year I grow a little fatter and a little balder. But my wife says that it doesn't matter to her, so I will have to take her at her word. Well, grads, I have a few thoughts I want to share with you today, but first I would like to address the older family members that might be watching, parents, grandparents, guardians. Even though this is a huge day for your child, we know, of course, that this is a big day for you. You have spent the last 18 years pouring in to your child love, guidance, direction, patience. And I know that that has not always been easy. I have 4 kids myself, ages 7, 5, 3, and 1. And I can't even imagine how many times in these last 7 years I have said, don't do that. Don't do that. And I can only assume that you've gone through that. And as your child has gone through their teenage years, you've increasingly said that in your mind, and let your child begin to explore for themselves and make their own mistakes and start to become independent. The other day I was in my yard and I saw 2 robins. It was a parent robin and a baby robin, and I knew it was a baby because its chest wasn't very orange yet. It had all these spots on it. And the baby was about the same size as the parent robin, but as I watched, it became quickly apparent that the baby was not yet ready to be independent. The 2 of them appeared looking like they were looking for food, and the baby robin just kept hopping around, uselessly picking up a blade of grass and then dropping it and picking it up again. And then finally, the parent robin came over with a worm and fed the robin, and they flew off together. And that made me think about graduation. As parents, I know it's kind of bittersweet to see your child leave the nest. But that is, after all, one of the goals of parenting, is to get your child to the place where they no longer are dependent on you and you can set them free. In the Bible, in Psalm 127, it says, children are a heritage from the Lord, offspring a reward from him. And so parents, today you should feel tremendously proud. And to you, I want to say, well done and congratulations. Now, students, let me talk to you a little bit. You know, when Karis asked me a few months ago if I would be willing to give the message at the grad church service, this was pre-COVID. And she told me that the theme of grad was going to be encouragement, or of this church service was going to be encouragement. And I thought, what an appropriate theme. Of course, I think that's become even more appropriate having gone through these difficult 3 months. So what I want to share with you today, grads, is 3 reasons why you should go forward from graduation feeling encouraged. Grads, are you ready for one final lesson? This is your final lesson after 12 years of school. You don't have to take notes. You can just listen. So 3 reasons why you should feel encouraged. The first reason is because grads, you are loved. A Harvard study that was conducted over 75 years exploring what makes us happy and fulfilled came to one important conclusion: that love is the key ingredient to individual happiness. And the good news is that, A, you are loved by your family. When we say family love, we're talking about that deep affection, loyalty, respect, and healthy attachment. There's nothing like the love of family, is there? You don't have to do anything really to earn it. You're just always loved because you are a part of that family for no other reason. And that's something for you to really cherish and celebrate, especially this week as you look around, and maybe today you're even watching with some family. They love you. And that is such a powerful thing and something important to remind yourself when you're going through a bump in life, that you're loved. And it feels good to be loved. I know not everyone's family is the same and not everyone's experience has been the same, but I guarantee you that you have family in your life that no matter what happens, they're going to love you. And B, you are loved by God. The love of God is different from the love of family. And quite frankly, God's love is incomprehensible. I'm not going to do any justice in a minute here to describe and quantify God's love. But I'll tell you that I believe sincerely when the Bible says in 1 John chapter 4, "Dear friends, let us continue to love one another, for love comes from God. Anyone who loves is a child of God and knows God. But anyone who does not love does not know God, for God is love." The Bible also says that the numbers on your hair, the numbers of hair on your head are known by God. God knows you. He knows your name. He knows everything about you, and he loves you. And that's a special thing. And when we recognize the love that's directed toward us, it makes it easier for us to then give love to others as well. Because love is meant to be both received and given. And so take heart, grads, and be encouraged because you are loved. What a wonderful thing. The second reason that you should be encouraged today is because you are gifted with skills that are valuable. How many skills do you think the average individual has? Pick a number. What do you think? 20? 40? Well, according to one study, the average person has up to 700 skills ready to be used at any time. 700! Grads, you are skilled. That's amazing. God has given you a specific set of skills that are designed to help you be successful in life in all kinds of different situations. And some of those skills are going to be essential when you choose your field of work. Now, some of you have already figured out that not all skills translate to academic success in schooling, and that's all right, because they will help you become successful outside of school in life. I've taught a number of students over the years that have dyslexia. I don't know if any of you have friends that are dyslexic, but dyslexia is a learning disability that affects the brain in areas of language, and it makes it often very challenging to read and to deal with numbers. For students with dyslexia, school is usually extra challenging because of the amount of reading and the math that is involved. And so for dyslexic students, school is often a struggle. And yet a 2019 study by London's Cass Business School shows that a staggering 35% of American entrepreneurs suffer from dyslexia. People with dyslexia are 3 times more likely to become entrepreneurs than those without it. That's pretty incredible. And of course, you know that our society depends on having entrepreneurs. You know, people with dyslexia have learned to compensate and overcome their struggles and usually become proficient in things like communication and people skills and self-motivation and perseverance, skills that make them successful to be business people. The point here is that the skills you have may or may not have translated into academic success, but are absolutely necessary to our society. They will be a benefit to our society, those skills you have. Our society needs your gifts and needs your skills. Now, you might be thinking, sweet, my laziness is a gift to society. No, your laziness is not a gift. It's something that needs to be overcome. But we do need your personality, and we do need your mind, and we do need the skills that you do have. We need people with communication skills, who are good with numbers, who have leadership, organization, and self-awareness skills. We need people that are creative and innovative, that are helpful, that are good team players, that are driven and passionate. We need people that are analytical. In short, we need you, grads. God has given you a bunch of skills and gifts. And the Bible talks about this in several places. In Romans 12, it says, we have different gifts according to the grace given to each of us. The gifts you have may not be the exact same as the person sitting beside you. And that's great because God has chosen to give you certain skills and gifts that we need in our society. 1 Peter chapter 4 also says that each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms. And what I want to emphasize there is whatever gift you have received. You know, some skills can be developed, but many skills you are simply born with, you have received as a gift from God. So grads, take heart and be encouraged because you have skills that are valuable and that there is a path to success in our society with those skills. So the third reason today that you should feel encouraged is because you have a purpose in life. Some men are sitting around discussing the meaning of life. One turns and asks the others, if tomorrow all your loved ones found themselves at a funeral, gathered around your casket, what would you want to hear them say? Well, one starts off saying, I hope they would say I was a good father and husband. The next says, I want them to say I was not only successful, but a kind and generous man too. I'd want them to say, says the last man, hey, look, he's moving. That was actually really hard for me to say with a straight face. So you have a purpose in life. Your life has meaning. Now that Bible verse I just read you from 1 Peter 4, well, the second part is what I want to emphasize here. Each of you should use whatever gifts you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms. One part of our purpose is the betterment of others, and young people generally understand this quite well. In Canada, 66% of teenagers aged 15 to 19 volunteer. And the number one stated reason behind volunteering in Canada is to contribute to the community. People that volunteer live healthier, longer, and more satisfied lives. When you volunteer, you get to know your community better. You get to know others more. You broaden your circle of friends, and you help open your mind to the lives of others. And several studies have confirmed that giving is contagious. When people see others giving, both of their time and money, they themselves become more likely to give. So grads, if you want to change the world for the better, a good start would be to get involved in your communities by volunteering. Well, the first reason to be encouraged I mentioned, if you remember, was that you are loved, and that love is the key to individual happiness. But here I want to mention that pursuing happiness alone does not lead to a life filled with meaning, but a life filled with meaning is something that everyone can attain. Because happiness tends to be inward focused. If we stop at happiness, we will not find fulfillment. Meaning, on the other hand, is outward focused. And this is where involving God in your daily life and seeking out his wisdom and guidance goes hand in hand with purpose. There's a well-known Bible verse in Proverbs 3 that says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Seek his will in all you do, and he will show you which path to take." Grads, God has a purpose for your life, but discovering that purpose means looking beyond yourself. When you take your eyes off yourself and you put them onto others, when you include God in your planning and seek his guidance, you are well on your way to living a life with meaning and purpose. So, to summarize, grads, do you remember the 3 reasons you should be encouraged? Number 1, be encouraged because you are loved. Number 2, be encouraged because you have skills that are valuable. And number 3, be encouraged because your life has purpose and it has meaning. Well, grads, I know I represent the feelings of all your teachers when I say congratulations on making it to this major moment in your life. This is an achievement we're celebrating. Us teachers have really enjoyed teaching you. And personally, I got to tell you that when I see you guys and I get to know you and I hear about your passions and your skills and what you want to do in life, that fills me with so much hope. Because I see what you guys are capable of and how gifted you are. And I can't help but think if you guys are the future, then the future is bright. And that encourages me. It's been an honor to teach you, to get to know you, and may God bless you as you go forward and begin pursuing the next stage of your life. Congratulations.
Who breaks the power of sin and darkness? Whose love is mighty and so much stronger? The King of glory, the King above all. sing for all that you've done for me.
Hi, grade 12s. Miss Steiner here from my office. I thought it would be fitting to record this video from a place where I met with many of you over the years. Just wanted to send a quick message of thanks first to everyone who was involved with this video, especially Karis. She put in a lot of effort, so thank you to everyone who had a part in putting together a grad church service on such short notice. And I just wanted to send this message to you as a grad class. This has not been an easy year, and we just want to express how proud we are of you. You guys have done an amazing job, and we are so proud. One of my favorite graduation Bible verses that we often use is from Jeremiah 29:11, and it says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord." Some of you may have plans to go to post-secondary, college, or university. Some might be working, some might be traveling, maybe not traveling with everything that's going on, but whatever plans you have, I hope they're wonderful. I hope you have a restful summer and you keep in touch with us. And lastly, I would like to share 3 things that I pray for you. So I pray that your steps be guided in the days ahead. I pray that you are granted wisdom to make wise and thoughtful decisions. I pray that the road before you is paved with opportunities that bring you joy. Find happiness now, and success will come. So I just hope that you guys have a wonderful last few days of celebrating graduation and a wonderful summer. Please stay in touch. God's blessings on all of you.